Most Canadians think their mortgage cost is their payment. In reality, it's not. The real cost is hidden. It compounds quietly, and if you don't understand how interest is actually calculated in Canada, you can lose years and tens of thousands of dollars without ever making a single bad decision. Here's the part nobody explains. You're probably not paying what you think you're paying, and once you understand how Canadian mortgage interest actually works, you'll see why small changes like adding $100 to your payment or making one lump sum per year can save $50,000, $80,000, sometimes even far more, while also cutting years off your mortgage. These aren't tricks or gimmicks. They're real outcomes baked into how Canadian mortgages are structured, and most people don't learn this until it's already cost them a fortune. That misunderstanding starts with how people define the cost of a mortgage. Most focus entirely on the monthly payment and ignore what the payment is actually doing behind the scenes. Interest is calculated first, principal comes second, and if you don't know how that math works, you're effectively guessing with the largest debt you'll ever take on. So today, I'm going to break down how mortgage interest really works in Canada, why the first few years feel like you're getting nowhere, and then walk you through 4 strategies that actually move the needle. No hacks, no clever loopholes, just math that works within Canadian lending rules and the prepayment privileges that most homeowners already have but rarely use. And just a quick note before we get into this, I am not a mortgage broker and this isn't financial advice. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so make sure that you confirm anything talked about in today's video with your lender or a licensed mortgage professional. Alright, so the most important thing to understand before anything else makes sense is that every mortgage payment has 2 parts. Principal, which is the money you borrowed, and interest, which is what the lender charges you for borrowing the portion you haven't paid back yet. Here's where people get tripped up. Interest isn't charged on what you originally borrowed. It's charged on what you still owe right now. Early on, when your balance is high, your interest cost is massive. And later, as the balance drops, the interest shrinks with it. That's why the first few years feel so frustrating. You're making large payments and the balance barely moves. And it's not the bank doing anything shady. It's simply how amortized loans work. Let's put some real numbers behind this. Say you have a $750,000 mortgage, which isn't unusual in Greater Vancouver. Now, let's assume you have a 25-year amortization at a 5% interest rate. Your monthly payment is roughly $4,350. Now, look at what's happening in month 1. Your interest is calculated based on your annual rate converted to a monthly amount and applied to your current balance. At 5%, that works out to roughly 0.41% per month, which means your first month's interest is about $3,100. Out of a $4,350 payment, only around $1,200 actually goes towards reducing the principal. This is why extra payments early are so powerful. You're not just saving a bit of interest, you're lowering the balance that future interest is calculated on, and that benefit compounds over the entire life of the mortgage. Now, let's clear up a uniquely Canadian detail that causes a lot of confusion. In Canada, amortization and term are not the same thing. The amortization is the total timeline, which is usually 25 or 30 years, while the term is the contract period, which is often 3 to 5 years. At the end of the term, this is when you renew. So when people talk about paying off a mortgage early, they don't mean breaking the loan. They mean paying it down faster than the original amortization by using options your lender already allows during each term, and this is where Canadian borrowers actually have a real advantage. Most Canadian mortgages come with prepayment privileges built right into the contract, and the majority of people barely use them. Depending on the lender, this usually means you can increase your regular payment, make lump sum payments once a year, or use a double up option that applies extra principal on top of your normal payment. The exact rules vary, but a common setup allows you to put down 10 to 20% of the original mortgage balance as a lump sum each year, plus increase your regular payment by another 10 to 20%, often resetting at renewal, and anything done within those limits avoids penalties. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. The fastest way to lower the true cost of your mortgage is to reduce the principal as early as possible, because interest is always calculated on what's still still owed. The sooner you bring that balance down, the more months of interest you'll erase, which is why every strategy that actually works in Canada is built around speeding up principal reduction. The first strategy is adding a small extra amount to every payment. It sounds almost too simple, which is why people underestimate it, but adding even $100 per payment consistently compounds over time. That $100 isn't just $100, it's $100 that never gets charged interest again year after year. Most Canadian lenders allow payment increases within the term without penalty as long as you stay within the allowed limit. The second strategy is accelerated by weekly payments. With monthly payments, you make 12 payments per year. With accelerated by weekly payments, you make 26 half payments, which equals 13 full monthly payments annually. That extra payment goes straight toward principal, spread throughout the year without feeling like a lump sum. It's important to distinguish this from regular bi-weekly payments, which simply adjust timing without reducing amortization. Accelerated bi-weekly is the option that actually shortens the mortgage, assuming your cash flow can handle it. The third strategy is lump sum payments, and this is where Canadians can save huge amounts of interest. Lump sums are how you use bonuses, commissions, tax refunds, or excess savings in the most efficient way possible. Most people leave money in savings accounts earning 2 to 4%, while their mortgage is charging 5 to 6%. Paying down your 5% mortgage is a guaranteed risk-free return of 5% after tax because mortgage interest on a principal residence isn't tax deductible in Canada. Timing matters here. A lump sum in year 1 eliminates far more interest than the same lump sum in year 15, and in most cases, unused prepayment room doesn't carry forward, so if you don't use it, you lose it. The fourth strategy is increasing your payment at renewal, which is one of the most overlooked opportunities in Canada. At renewal, most people focus only on rate and ignore payment strategy entirely, but renewal is a clean reset point. Even increasing your payment by $150 or $250 a month can dramatically shorten the remaining amortization and save a surprising amount of interest. If your income has increased since you bought, locking in a higher payment forces principal reduction and prevents lifestyle inflation from quietly undoing the progress you've already made. Now, here's an important Canadian-specific warning. Paying down your mortgage early is great, but you need to understand penalties before making any big moves. Fixed-rate mortgages often have significant breakage penalties, usually the greater of 3 months interest or the interest rate differential, which can be far more expensive than people expect. Conversely, variable rate mortgages are usually simpler and are often just 3 months interest. However, that's still not something you want to ignore. This is why the smarter approach is to use prepayment privileges first and then plan any refinancing or major restructuring around renewal when those penalties disappear entirely. And there's one more technical detail that confuses a lot of Canadians, and that's compounding. Most fixed rate mortgages in Canada compound semi-annually, while variable rate mortgages usually compound monthly. This slightly changes the effective interest rate and explains why online calculators don't always line up perfectly with your lender's statements. That difference doesn't change the strategy though. Interest is still calculated on the remaining balance, and the faster you reduce that balance, the less interest you pay over time. So if you want a simple plan that actually works in Canada, here it is. First, switch to accelerated bi-weekly payments if your cash flow allows it. Then, add a small consistent extra amount to your regular payment. Next, plan for one lump sum payment each year when your lender allows it. Lastly, at renewal, don't just negotiate the rate. Negotiate the strategy as well, because renewal is your clean reset point. When these pieces work together, you start shrinking the balance much faster without doing anything extreme or taking on any unnecessary risk. And here's one final truth that really matters. Paying off your mortgage early is usually an excellent move emotionally and financially, but it isn't always the mathematically optimal choice if you do have higher return opportunities elsewhere and the discipline to invest the difference. In the real world though, most Canadians don't invest that difference consistently. And because mortgage interest on a principal residence isn't tax deductible in Canada, paying down the mortgage often ends up being the best risk-adjusted decision anyways. In markets like Vancouver and the rest of the Lower Mainland, where mortgage balances are large, even small improvements in how you manage interest can compound into massive savings savings over time. If this helped you understand how mortgage interest really works in Canada and how to use it to your advantage, you're going to want to check out the next video linked on the screen as well. There I dive even deeper into how you can potentially save or lose tens of thousands of dollars. And if you're thinking about buying or refinancing, there's a link in the description to get a mortgage pre-approval, or you can reach out to me directly and I'll connect you with a trusted mortgage broker so you know exactly where you stand before you make any moves. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.